Hey guys, it's Mede. Please don't murder me. Today is my first video on my channel. Yeah, I know I wanted to start a YouTube channel, but I was like, what do I do my YouTube channel on? What kind of content would I want to make? And I was like, being the selfish person I am, like, why don't I just make what I like to watch on YouTube? And what I like to watch on YouTube is just people talking about anything. Like, I literally won't even know the topic, but I'll be interested. So that's what I'm going to be doing on my channel. Today's video is called Ranting On and a Chanson. Well, it's actually pronounced Chanson, but we won't get into the logistics of it. I'll speak about a topic and then sing a song that I wrote myself at the end. If that makes sense. So ranting on and then a chanson. And the song will be related to what I was ranting on about. Today's topic is something, like, I feel like everyone at this age, I'm 16 by the way, everyone at this age is thinking about whether you've experienced it or not. It's like always in your mind or not, to be honest. Like, maybe not, I'm just speaking for myself. Today I'm talking about love. Let's get into the video. Please watch, please like, subscribe, I don't know. Do all of that thing and support me, yeah? So, love. You might be thinking, what the hell does a 16-year-old know about love? And the answer to that is literally nothing. Okay, like, obviously not nothing, like, I've consumed media and I've seen things about it, but like, in terms of personal experience, like, I know as much as, I was gonna say the next guy, but the next guy probably knows more than me. So, I'm really not experiencing this, but I think that's why I'm so fascinated by it. I'm just curious. I'm just interested in things and stuff. Like, I have a very inquisitive mind. I like to discover things I've never seen before, you know, etc. So, love. And my lack of it, should I say. So, I'm 16 and you might think like, yeah, she's just like, she doesn't know anything about love. She's just a child. She doesn't know what she's talking about. And by that, I'm like, you're right. But doesn't mean that I don't get an opinion on things. A lot of the time you have to, like, when you're listening to like people speak, you always have to think of like in relation to who's speaking. Just because they might not be as knowledgeable or they haven't had that experience doesn't mean you should shut them up or shun them out. So I've never had like trouble not falling in love, but like I've always had crushes or something. Like, I've always, like, not always, but yeah, like, I have no problem finding someone that I would like. I feel like I'm really easy to please. Like, literally, you make me ha and I think like I'm in love or something. Let me give you an anecdote. So when I was like 6, this is in senior infants, well, year 1 in the UK, and then there was this boy that I liked, and then I was in my lesson, as one does, and there was this boy next to me or something, like in my row, and he was irritated. What is a 6-year-old getting irritated by? But he was irritating me that day. That's all I remember. And I literally was like, shut up, you freak. A 6-year-old. So I was like, shut up, you freak. And then my crush thought I was telling him to, he thought I was telling him to shut up. So he told on me that I called him a freak, and I get sent to the principal's office. When I tell you, there were thorns. I don't remember that day. There were thorns in my throat that day. Oh my goodness. I don't think I've ever been like that hurt or betrayed, you know? I was like, I wasn't even speaking about you. Well, I didn't say that, bro. I was silent as a mouse, because if I spoke that day, woo, woo, the tears would come streaming. But what I'm trying to say is love brings pain. Anyways, end the video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, guys. I'm joking. So yeah, so like, that was just a detour, but I'm just trying to say, like, for as long as I remember, I've always had a crush on someone, so it's not something that I've had difficulty, like, finding. That brings me on to my next topic. So if I'm, like, I have no problem, like, finding people that I like, but then the next question is finding people that like me. And this brings us to, like, a bigger, like, scheme of things. And it's talking about my position as a black woman in today's society. You might think like, oh, here she goes talking about how no one likes her and stuff. Yeah. And I'm like, I think I'm a pretty person. You're probably watching this like, ooh, she's bad as hell. Or you're thinking that I'm ugly as shit. Like, it really does not matter. What I'm saying right now is like, I think I'm beautiful. Like, I'm not insecure. As much as society tries to beat down the dark-skinned black woman, I am not insecure. What I like to say is that I'm self-aware. I'm not insecure. I think I'm beautiful. I love myself. I'm happy in the skin I'm in. But then I'm also aware that other people might not find me attractive. Other people might think I'm ugly. Unwantable almost. So it's like, when I'm like, not pursuing people, but when I'm like thinking or like looking at people from a distance, I'm like, they probably think like ew or something like, and that's really bad to think. Do not be like me. I'm trying to drop that as well, but like I just think like, oh, how does this person perceive me, etc., and like would I even stand a chance? I feel like I'm just gonna be speaking about myself. This is anecdote number 2, and this is when I was in year 9. There was this white boy that I liked. his name I'm not gonna say his name. I remember like he was not like, this is not being rude, he was not like nothing special, right away. But like I said, when you're a child, someone makes you ha they get in the hoo ha. But anyways, he was funny, so I was like, oh, I think I'm in love now. I remember I had this friend. Why is the I don't think I'm blurting out names. I'm not saying any names. But I had this friend, her name's, what the hell? I think I'm possessed. Well, I have this friend, and she was like at the time, well, now that I know a bit more about her, I don't really know what her intentions were. At the time, her intentions seemed really pure. She egged me on to tell him, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna tell him. And I told him, and he was like, I don't really like anyone. That's a lie. I mean, that's the nicest way to put it, but I think I'm trying to say is that was a good learning experience for me. Like, it wasn't like embarrassing or anything, but it was interesting to say this. Like, me, him, this is me, by the way, this is him. I was rejected, but I wasn't bothered because I was in year 9. I wasn't really looking for a relationship. I think I just wanted to get off my chest mostly. But then, plot twist, in year 10 and 11, like, we were not friends. Like, his group of friends and my group of friends, we were not friends. And let me just say, misogynoir, that's a video for another day, but they hated us. And I remember one time they came over, and like, because I don't know why, this was like a big thing, because in our school we had like lunch tables, and they sat on the one there like adjacent to ours, and like I could hear them talking about, like the boy talking about how I had a crush on him in year 9. Like, are you this was like year 11, by the way, so you are obsessed with me at this point. But I was just like, it wasn't even embarrassing. Like, obviously it's a bit embarrassing, but it was just like, that is so malicious. Like, wow, you are really evil, aren't you? That was not a good experience for me. Okay, so now I'm doing my anecdotes. I don't even know what those anecdotes are for. I think it's just my experience with love. So next, do I want to be in love, or do I want love as a commodity? I'm like, could you even argue that those things are kind of the same? Wanting to be in love because it's almost like a commodity, you know? Like, I don't know. Like, I literally do not know. Is it this like forced on agenda of like how everyone needs to be in a relationship nowadays, and like being on TikTok and like just on the internet and seeing everyone loved up, and it's like, damn, I'm really alone, you know? It's not even peer pressure from like my friends, because me and my friends were not really concerned about things like that. But I always think like, damn, everyone booed up for me. Damn, it's like, I want that, but like, how do I get that, you know? Do I want it because everyone else has it? Because like, like I said, like, I'm a child. I see something, I want it, you know? Like, I see someone else have it, oh, I like that toy, I want that toy. It's like the same thing. Like, I want something that other people have. Why? I don't know. This is really me talking about something that I won't say keeps me up at night. And I'm not the most articulate person. Like, I don't know everything. Like, every word that comes out of my mouth, I probably said the same thing like 60 times in a row. I think I want it as a commodity. Now, next question for myself. What does love mean to me? Like, I love things. Like, I love my family. I love my hobbies. I love my possessions. But, like, how do you love someone else? Like, that's kind of cringy. Like, that's kind of cringe. I feel like love is a very, not adult emotion, but it's like a mature one where you have to be like serious and things. I remember I was listening to a podcast. The girl like said, oh, I like you, or like confessed indirectly, and he was like, I don't really know if I want to be in a relationship right now. I don't really know if I'm ready to like invest myself into someone else and like take someone else's emotions into consideration all the time. And I was like, ooh, like, whoa, I never really thought about that. Like, you're definitely two people coming into one. So it's like, am I at the place, like the mental place, or like maturity place to really invest myself into another person like that? IDK. So I don't know if I'm ready for love, and I don't know if I will ever love anyone. Well, probably. I think I'm quite fascinated and quite interested in like the concept of love, and like I wonder what it's like, I'm very interested. But like, it's not something that keeps me up at night. Again, like, I don't really care. If you like feel like, oh, you're unwanted, that's just not true. One thing that's really comforting for me, like going on TikTok and like seeing 20-year-olds be like, oh, I've never been kissed or I've never been on a date, and it's like 20, but at the same time it's like 20, like, so like it's really just not that important. And I think like pop culture and like society and social media is trying to push it on us as like the be all end all. You have to be in a relationship. Without a relationship you're empty, etc. But it's just not true. I hope this video, like of me saying absolutely nothing, like air has been passing out of my mouth. Literally, if you learned something from this video, you need to be like in Oxford or something, because you really dissected something from this video, because I've literally said gas and air. But I feel like this is my first video. I haven't really scripted it either. Like I don't have any talking points, so I've really just been waffling for like, I don't know, half an hour now. But love yourself, and when love comes to you, it will come in due time. I see this thing of like, put yourself out there. You really do have to put yourself out there. Like no one's gonna come knocking at your door. By putting yourself out there, like, I mean like maybe posting more on Instagram, like removing your account off private, speaking to more people. I don't really know, like I'm single, so I'm not the one to be giving advice, but from what I've gathered, you really just need to like, I don't know, especially now that we're in a panoramic, you really need to like, everything's on social media, so like put yourself out there on there. Like it's great because you don't have to meet up with anyone, you don't have to like plan dates, you just literally gotta text, and yeah, your relationships. I'm done speaking, so that leads us to the second portion of this video, which is the chanson. Today's song is called Love. It started off as a spoken word, but now it's like, I was like, I'm a musician, so let me make it into a song. By the way, I am not good at, I think I've had my guitar for like nearly 2 weeks, so I am not a professional. It will sound a bit arse, but on my guitar I know it's out of tune, but I can't be bothered tuning it again. So if it sounds a bit like sharp or flat, ignore it. And I've never been in love, and of course no one's loved me back, but I've got a great personality. Did I mention my arse is fat? And they say I'm only 16, but so what, I'm bored. And is it life meant to be lived? And if not, what's it for? I wanna hold your hand and take long walks by the beach. But don't you live in Manchester? Yeah, I know it isn't a peak. And I wanna feel warm passing from your breath to mine. And I know I'm only 16, but it feels like I'm out of time. When will love, 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 love knocking at my door? I'm home at 4:30. Oh, so love, 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 will you be my friend? And please don't make me bad. That was bad, but like not that bad. Again, I've only been playing for 2 weeks, so please cut me some slack. But I still felt like the song needed to be heard, and I'm really proud of it, so hope you enjoyed. And that's the end of my video. That was Mede. Please do not murder me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.